What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share the biggest benefit to taking cold showers or doing any kind of consistent cold water exposure. I wasn't going to make this video because it's such like a generic self-help topic. So it's like I was kind of cringing at myself a little bit for thinking about this idea, but I think there's a lot of value to share in what I'm about to say. And I don't think a lot of people are saying it. I haven't really heard anybody say it. This was kind of an insight that I stumbled upon the other day. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about the biggest benefit to taking cold showers. And as the thumbnail suggests, and like I just said, nobody really talks about this. Typically what you hear when people tell you about how taking cold showers is so great, they'll tell you that it's good for your immune system, it will boost your productivity because you're more focused, you're more alert after you take cold shower, it's great at waking you up. It decreases inflammation, maybe your skin is better, you're gonna be more resilient in the cold. So this sort of stuff is very commonly shared as the benefits of taking cold showers. And while that's all very true, that misses out on the biggest point, in my opinion. And the biggest benefit rather. And the biggest benefit and the biggest opportunity that the cold water gives you is an opportunity to practice remaining open and relaxed and grounded when an external circumstance makes you want to tighten up, makes you want to close down, become flighty, and lose your sense of groundedness, your sense of peace, so to speak. So to put that more plainly, the cold water gives you a chance to practice. If you make a practice out of it, taking cold showers every day, it is going to help you stay calm in times when you would otherwise want to freak out and become a little bit anxious. So you can see where this is so powerful. And if you can't, I'll give you a few examples. The cold water, like I said, it makes you want to shut down. It makes you want to tighten up. Like I'm sure you've gotten into some cold water before, whether in a pool or lake, or maybe the shower, you turned it too cold by accident. And instantly, what you want to do, or even just like when it's cold outside, what you want to do is tighten up. Your body becomes tense, but if you just relax and you breathe into it, you'll notice that you're actually going to suffer. Like the sensation of the cold is actually going to affect you much less if you just try your best to relax and connect to your body, connect to the sensations that you're feeling that are making you really uncomfortable, and just breathe into them and remain grounded. And then you feel so good after a cold shower. So that's kind of just like a cherry on top. It's some positive reinforcement for you doing a thing that's healthy for you and going to benefit you in the long run. But in that moment, while you're in the cold water, it's going to be habitual for you to try to push that sensation away by tensing up. You're going to want to like take yourself out of the water. Like, you can picture people getting in a pool when it's kind of cold. They dip their foot in and they're like, oh my God, it's so cold. And they take it out. That's kind of what your habit is to do when you are uncomfortable with something. When you find yourself in an experience that makes you uncomfortable, instantly you want to like back out or run away. But sometimes we find ourselves in these kind of situations in life where it's in our best interest to face that uncomfortable feeling head on and deal with it. And that's where we're going to get the best results out of that situation. An example of this might be an uncomfortable conversation that we're having with a loved one, right? Maybe there's some boundaries that we need to affirm with this individual, and that's kind of uncomfortable for us, but it's going to benefit our relationship with them and our relationship with ourselves in the long run, and just overall equate to us living a more peaceful and authentic life. Those are very good things. Peace and authenticity in our life are very, very valuable. So that's kind of in a very indirect way, exposing yourself to cold water every day is giving you a greater capacity at being able to deal with uncomfortable things. You're going to be able to remain open and relax and stay grounded in times where external circumstances might otherwise make you be flighty, anxious, and uncomfortable. And it's as plain and simple as that. Like, I want to focus on these words open versus closed on like an energetic level and make that distinction, because I think that's very important. In any given moment, we're either opening and choosing to remain open, living with our hearts wide open, with our minds open, with our bodies relaxed and open, allowing us to be fully present and immersed in any given moment, and grounded and able to kind of appreciate and handle anything that comes our way. Or we can be closed, we could be tight, we could be rigid, we could allow our discomfort to consume us and paralyze us to action, and live in a state of fear rather than a state of love, which is what living with this openness is. It's living in a state of love. And that sounds kind of wishy-washy, but when you think about living with an open heart, sometimes you literally feel it in your chest sometimes. When you're uncomfortable, you tend to close up, and you can feel that like from your heart. Versus when you choose to proceed, even though a situation is uncomfortable, you choose to proceed authentically and openly, your heart starts to open, and you kind of start to blossom more into the moment and appreciate life more that way. So practicing being open versus closed is a very foundational meditation practice. And I recommend you integrate that into your meditations. If you're somebody who meditates, or even if you're not somebody who meditates, you can give it a try. Sit down for 5 minutes and just practice letting your body be open, and letting your energy become grounded, and letting yourself be very present with your sensations and relaxing into them and breathing deeply and consciously. That's a foundation of mindfulness. And the cold water, if you take a cold shower every day and you treat it like a mindfulness practice, and whether you do that consciously or not, it's kind of going to be a mindfulness practice. That's going to help you to live more openly. It's going to help you remain open in times where you would otherwise feel like closing. And I already gave a few examples of where that branches out into our lives. It's going to help us live with a more open mind, open heart, open body, more relaxed, more grounded energy, more presence, and in turn, more peace and more resilience to situations that come our way. So there's so many ways that fundamental benefit of being able to remain open and relaxed and grounded in times where we might have a habit of feeling closed and tight and flighty. There's so many ways that capacity to remain open rather than closed will branch out into our lives and help us live a more peaceful, a more happy life, a more present, a more loving life. So that is truly, if you could try to come up with a better benefit than that, I'm all ears, but I think I made a pretty good case there about how that is really the biggest benefit of taking cold showers. So that's all I have to say about the biggest benefit to cold showers. I highly recommend using them as a mindfulness practice, and even just a health practice, like a benefit to your health. I use them for both reasons. I take a cold shower every single day, first thing I do when I wake up. And it's a great start to my day. If you experiment with that, I think you'll find it is as well. So that's all I have to say for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and this topic. And if you did, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to my channel for more helpful content, and let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good one.